All right, guys. Welcome to the third series in No Easy Paths, autobiographical. Laugh, Roy. Roy's off screen just a little bit. Nelson's stroking my hand like a fucking faggot. So, welcome to.
I hope we don't have any gay viewers that may be bothered.
If we did before now, we don't now.
We probably don't.
Okay. So, welcome to the third series between me and Nelson. I think we've already set the tone for this. I'm not going to go into too much more of intro because I don't think my hand is safe. So, Nelson, tell me a little bit about yourself and what your background is. And you get the toast.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I almost
We
forgot
didn't
the
even
toast.
toast me, you son of a bitch.
Well, it's because your faggotry was like...
As we now have a
whole
wolf.
video.
Hello, wolf. My video
This is the gay barrier.
Here's the thing, though. My video is not serious because I am not a serious person, so I'm okay with this. You see, I attended Juilliard for the Theater of Arts. And, I was United States Air Force 6 years. I started off as a translator, and then I found out I was going to get stuck in Fort Meade, so I said, fuck that shit. And ended up failing my tech school anyways and swapping over to comm. Combat-wise, my background is I started off with TKD, Taekwondo. Moved up to
Is that because Daddy grandfathered you into that? Or
It was. My father did own a dojo.
Yeah.
And so did my uncles.
But you got better.
No insult to TKD. It just really wasn't my cup of tea.
Oh.
And that
We'll
rhymes.
save the TKD insults for another video.
And so, from TKD, I then jumped to Kyokushin Karate in high school. And from Kyokushin Karate, I then didn't take up another martial art for a little bit because I was in the military, like basic training and prepping for it. When I got in, after being in for about 2 years, I found a BJJ school that was 10th Planet style. I did that for a little bit. I did some boxing training only for 2 months because it turns out boxers run.
Yeah.
And if I have to run for my job and then run for my hobbies, I have issues.
I feel like you could do less smoking if you ran.
I could do a lot less of everything if I ran, including like being happy. So I stopped doing the boxing thing, but it did have some really solid basics. From boxing, I then found a kung fu school, and from them is what I did my cage fighting through. I had 2 amateur cage fights, one where I won, and then one where I got spanked so bad I wasn't 100% sure I should jump back in. From there, I went through 2 deployments, 2 very nice little cupcake deployments, and got out in 2013 and started really picking up on a lot more training. I attended Mark Human's MDW, multidimensional warrior stuff, which is a lot of knife work, empty hand gun work. I have been blessed enough that I was able to go to Polypalooza, where I was able to pick up some more stuff from great minds such as Paul Sharp, Larry Linderman.
22 hours on the road to Ohio. 187 bathroom breaks.
Yep.
Don't drink beer trying to get out of Florida.
Do not
Blew up a gas station.
interrupt me when I'm mentioning awesome people we learned from.
That's
Cecil
true.
Birch, William April, just a lot of great minds that we were able to just pick from.
And they were giving me shit for name dropping.
No, well, there's a difference. Is I'm just mentioning what little bit I have, and again,
That's true.
This
That's
is from
totally valid.
this is from the buffet taste teaser that I had at Polypalooza. So I was just lucky from that. And other than that, really, it's just I'm about to jump back into BJJ and try to pick up where I left off and get even better at it.
All right, so what got you into self-reliance?
But the biggest thing that I liked about self-reliance is my goal, both in self-reliance, in martial arts, in general, is I'm trying to become the badass I saw myself wanting to be at 13 years old. When I was 13 years old, I saw, the Rambo, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, all these guys that were such badasses doing all these cool things out there, and I'm like, I want to be that guy. I want to grow up to be that guy. And so, between fighting and training for all that stuff and combat stuff, and then self-reliance is just the next evolutionary step in that. There's nothing manly about having to go to the grocery store to pick up your meat if you can go and hunt it down instead.
It also tastes better when you kill it yourself.
This is true.
Yep. All right, so we talked a little bit about the skill set that you have now. What skills do you hope to develop or gain in your run on No Easy Path? Oh, that's
Wolf
Nova.
training. Wolf training, first off.
Nova's going to be one of our occasional co-stars in the videos, just because she's here, whether we're here or not. So, back to you.
Yeah, no, my hope to develop skills is, first off, more self-reliance. I really want to polish up my grappling. I mean, between Cecil Birch and the BJJ school I found down here, I thought it was okay, and I found out I was just rubbish at the whole thing. So it fills me with joy to know that there's so much I can still pick up and that I'm nowhere even close to exhausting what I would consider the useful part of the martial art. From there, I want to pick up more self-reliance things. Maybe some. I'm not really great at gardening, but maybe some basics on gardening. I do want to pick up some stuff in some form of craft because I cannot craft to save my life. So if I can at least find one or two things I can craft, I'll be happy with that.
You mentioned you wanted to pick up some cooking.
Yeah, well, I love food.
Was that just to get yourself laid, or was that, also, were you looking at that for like a self-exploratory?
Both. My
aspect?
theory, here's my theory, is I really like food. So therefore, if I know how to cook my own food, it'll save me a lot more money when I want good food.
So if you get fat, you don't want it to be ramen.
Well,
in
obviously.
other words. Okay.
Look,
Who wants it to be ramen? So. All right, and why did you choose to be part of a tribe and developing a tribe?
Daddy wasn't there. No, which isn't
I think that was a song at one point.
It wasn't actually too far from the truth. I was not a person that really had a father growing up. And so to state that growing up, I had issues with developing what I would consider the actual masculinity or learning what it took to like have the old school classic men's skills. I didn't really have a chance to pick up. And so I had to pick it up from martial arts instructors, from movies, from friends who I considered knowledgeable in such matters. And then after I've been able to pick up a little bit more, it then started to finding like-minded individuals that I could find to help me continue to grow and continue to sharpen my skills. And as the term goes, iron sharpens iron. So tribe just seemed to be the next step in that because, they say, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Those you pick is far stronger than the ones that you're just born with.
Yeah, we get stuck with our families, but we pick the ones we want to spend our lives with. So with that said, everybody, this is Nelson. We're going to look for a couple more videos from him. Actually, one of the things that we want to talk about in the future with him is Roy teaching him Cajun cooking. That's going to benefit me the most because I'm not going to have to be in the kitchen during that. I can just be camera bitch. And I think, you had wanted to get laid off of some good gumbo or etouffee.
Honestly,
like
I'm always happy to get laid. It doesn't matter the day it ends.
Yeah, Southern girls are a different breed, right? So
Girls?
Girls,
I don't.
yeah.
It's Florida. They don't need. I don't have too many requirements.
we have a smorgasbord.
I wouldn't say that, but if I did, that's what I would say.
All right. See you guys in the next video.
Take it easy.